Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, back with some more Starfield. Oh, we're drawing closer to release day. I mean, it's still a little ways off. I wish it was closer, but we've waited this long. I can wait a little bit longer. Now, I do know a fair amount of players are going to be playing this through Game Pass. And if you are one of the people who will be playing through Game Pass, there is something fairly important to know that is out there that you may want to pick up before release. And realistically, I'm going to end up picking this thing up myself. So what it is the Starfield Premium Edition upgrade. Now, of course, if you have Game Pass, it is cheaper. Regular price, $35 US. Through Game Pass, it is $31.50. And this does come with some fairly neat things in it. Now, the first really key important thing, especially for those playing through Game Pass, is it will let you have 5 days early access. So, I mean, realistically, what more really needs to be said? I know a lot of people are looking for that, but there is a bunch of other cool stuff that comes with it. Obviously, through the digital, you're not getting a steel case, you're not getting a patch, but everything off on the right side, up to 5 days early access. Shattered Space, the first story expansion, the Constellation Skin Pack, and then of course you get the Starfield digital art book and soundtrack. So quite a bit. It is, I feel like whenever they have little things like this, it should always be way cheaper digital, or at least a decent amount cheaper, since you're missing out on whatever physical things they offer. But alright, let's kind of dig into it a little bit more. So, obviously, up to 5 days early access. If for some reason, say we're 3 days from release and you pick this up, obviously you missed out on 5 days early access. Now you have 3 days early access. Beyond that, the Shattered Space story expansion. That is going to be our big question mark. Also the thing that is mostly, I believe, driving the price of this. Because, I mean, yeah, that's the story expansion. It's going to be driving a price. So let's kind of touch back on the story expansion here in a minute. We'll move on to the Constellation Skin Pack. Of course, we got a brief glimpse of it a little earlier. Personally, I'm not overly invested in a skin pack. It's not going to make or break the deal for me. There's going to be, realistically, we go in there, everything's new to us. I'm not going to feel overly like I'm married to any certain cosmetic. Beyond that, the Starfield digital art book and soundtrack. Now this one is kind of probably going to be hit or miss. Some people won't give a crap. Me, I wouldn't mind checking out the art book. And I mean, if the soundtrack in this is anything like Elder Scrolls and the Fallout games, the soundtrack's going to be awesome. I actually own a few of the Fallout soundtracks, but on vinyl. Because if you're going to have a Fallout soundtrack, the only really good way to listen to them is on vinyl. Nothing comes close to that. So, definitely something to keep an eye on. Like, I really feel like the art book and soundtrack are going to be pretty freaking cool. So, now let's get back to Shattered Space. Because realistically, we don't know really much anything about it other than it's the first story expansion. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of speculation videos. They're just not my thing. Everybody's just, let's just make it up as we go. So, if we are going to touch on speculation just a little bit, I would like to just take a moment to be absurd and speculate that maybe it will contain dumpster diving space leprechauns. Because if we're making stuff up, we might as well go all out. Now, let's come back down to Earth a little bit, and yeah, odds are, if they have dumpster diving space leprechauns, it will blow my mind. There's no reason that should be a thing. It's so ridiculous, but I don't know. Anyways, honestly, what we could expect is something along the lines of, say, what we get out of other Bethesda titles with their DLC. And this one, I would expect, well, obviously, you're probably going to get some new weapons. It may introduce a new ally, or a companion, I mean, that you could team up with. Possibly some new ships, new ship parts, new outpost pieces. Obviously, there's bound to be some new gear in there somewhere. Possibly some new factions. There's absolutely no telling. It is pure speculation. And that's why I'm not a huge fan. I don't want to sit here and tell you, well, this is, it might have this, or pretty good odds it's going to have this, when I don't know. I really don't. It could have dumpster diving space leprechauns. I don't know. It shouldn't. I mean, yeah, there's no way, right? I mean, that would be, I don't know. There's no way. If they show up, I'm going to lose my mind. Anyways, yeah, so let's move beyond that. I'm purely going to take the DLC on the leap of faith that it will, if it's not great, at least up to par with what we've got from, say, some of the Elder Scrolls and Fallout expansions. Now, with everything you get with the upgrade, with the 5 days early access, the first story expansion, the skin pack, which again, I can take it or leave it, and then the digital art book and the soundtrack, for me, this is totally worth it. But then again, I'm also taking a big leap of faith that, one, everything's going to be awesome, and even if it's not, I'm still going to be around. I really want to explore this world and just absorb as much as I can. Like, I can't wait to get out there and start exploring. So now, really, I want to know, what kind of random speculations might you have as to Shattered Space? It sounds awesome. So, what do you think we're going to be getting in it? Are any of you going to be picking up the premium upgrade? I would love to know. Did I just make a video for no apparent reason other than to talk about dumpster diving space leprechauns? Which I'm totally cool with. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.